Hello, my name is Donna. My maiden name is Ludwig. I'm from the Vulcan Wadden tribe and I speak the Vulcan language from this area. I'm a mother. I have 5 children and 7 grandchildren. I come from a very well-educated family. My mother is a teacher. My sister has a degree in education. My brother is a paramedic and he also was a police officer before that. For me, as an Indigenous people person, family is really important for me, and knowing where we belong. Yeah, so, because I know the east coast of Australia, I know where we can go out. My boys can go hunting, they know where to go hunting, and they feed the family. My husband has taught them. The other really important part is passing down the cultural skills to my sons, and then their job is to pass it to their sons. So my husband does that. He's taught the boys hunting skills, he's taught them how to make spears, how to cut up a turtle, how to make sure it's cut up the right way, all those sort of skills, that how to keep, get the stingray, how to process the stingray to be able to eat it, all those sorts of things, and of course the language. So all that to me is really important, because that tells us where we belong in Australia, and that tells us that we are a unique people, and unique in that sense, in that cultural sense. But I also tell my kids, I always tell them about my father's side of the family also, so that they then have a balanced view, and it shows in their choice of friends, it shows in the way they live their lives too, that they are not totally obsessed with one part of their being. They also recognise the other side of themselves as well.
What about your German side?
The German side, I'm very interested in that side of my family, and I've actually done quite a lot of research. And it's funny, but there's more records kept on Indigenous people in Australia than there is on European people. So you can go way back in your Indigenous side, but with the European side you come to a standstill. But I have done enough where I've got paperwork from when he came over to Australia, and his application to the colony of New South Wales, I think it was at the time, to enter Australia. He was a carpenter, he was in his 40s, and I don't even know actually where he's buried or any of that information, because his sisters were all really fair people and they married Dutch, English people, so my cousins are really complete opposite to what we are. And when you tell people that's your cousin, they go, what? Yeah, so a bit of a mixture there. It depicts my mother and how she used to work. The ladies, she said the ladies would sit underneath the tree drinking their cups of tea, in the garden. Yeah. And Mum would be there washing their children and cooking their dinner. And this here is a story of a young boy that was left behind during the evacuation of the bomber from out at Hopevale to Woorabinda. He came home and they'd all gone. He'd been out hunting, and the soldiers had come and taken him from Hopevale, put him on the train and sent him back to Woorabinda during the World War II, and he was by himself. And this one is a story from where my mother-in-law said that because she was half-caste, they used to hide her. The old people would hide her when the troopers came through Mossman Gorge, and they'd give her little burnie beans to play with and hide her in a little dilly bag, and they'd put her in there to keep her quiet so that they wouldn't see her, because if they saw half-caste children they took them away. That was all part of the stolen generation, and put them with white people to look after them. So that story is based on that. And it happened out at Hopevale. The old people would cover the half-caste children with mud so that the troopers wouldn't see that they were any different colour to them otherwise. And that's how a few of the old people, Roger Hart and old Jimmy Hart, they were all hidden by the old people like that. They rubbed gummy on them, mud, to hide them. So my mother-in-law's story is from that, and she escaped being taken away from her mother. Yeah, because her father was actually from Afghanistan. He was one of the Afghan cane farmers in Mossman, and her mother was full blood. So that was my mother-in-law, old Wilma Walker, very well known old elder from down that way.